No. So my full name's Jordan, but for as long as I can remember, I've just been called Joe. My parents are lazy, I guess. Like Jordan is a lot of extra letters to write down, so just Jo. But yeah, I find the whole thing a bit funny, like the get to know the real, streamer, whoever you're interviewing at the time,
Right.
because like I don't know. Does anyone put on like a facade when they stream? Do people like pretend to be someone else or like put on an act? Obviously, apart from the big like disrespects and maybe like I don't know, like the big guys. But
Uh, I
I
don't know.
don't
I
know.
think a lot of people do. I mean, I'm certainly different when I'm in front of people versus when I'm just in a private call playing games. It's much lower energy, much less effort. So at least
Really,
for me, there's that.
I honestly don't think I changed that much. Maybe in like the tone and like certain things that uh I mean, I walk the line on stream quite frequently, and I think I could probably get in trouble for some of it. Maybe I would say worse things off street. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Anyway, my name's Jordan. I go by JSalcs on Twitch, and yeah, I've been streaming full time since the start of the pandemic, so March, on a
Okay.
shitty before that laptop that couldn't play any games other than old school RuneScape. So I was playing that with like in-ear Apple headphones and just hanging out with some boys, really, and some girls. And from there, we're here today talking to Johnny Dingo on his little chat show. I like it.
You've been streaming. You've been streaming full time since the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah,
Um, prior
just
to
maybe
that,
just before that. I don't know.
so prior to that, had you been streaming for very long at all, or did it just sort of happen? Lockdown. Well, I'm going
No,
to be
because I
home all the
was
time. Why not?
yeah, pretty much. Before I'd always thought about it. Don't get me wrong. Like I'd always thought in the back of my mind, oh, streaming full time. That sounds like a cool gig. Like I'd love to do that. Um, but I'd always been streaming with a full time job on the side. So
Right.
streaming wouldn't. It never had a good schedule. It sometimes wouldn't have the energy to do it for like a week or two at a time. Sometimes I just wouldn't do it because I kind of forgot about it, and I was playing games with the boys. It was on a shitty laptop, like I said, playing old school RuneScape. So if I was really into whatever Call of Duty was out that year and I was playing on Xbox, I didn't really have the means to stream that.
Right.
So I might not have
Okay.
been live for like a month.
Okay.
But yeah, can confirm laptop is shitty, says Rosie. That's my girlfriend in chat. She's got the laptop now.
Very good. Okay, so I think that covers introductions. Hi, how are you? And the platforms. So I want to hop into my masterfully crafted list of questions, which will never be changed or improved upon.
I'm literally your test subject. I don't know whether to feel honored or like deep hatred.
you were the first person to say yes, and the first person that was available. So it kind of just worked out. Sometimes the best things happen when you make yourself available for them to happen to you.
True.
So firstly, what is the first game that you remember playing? Like the first video gaming memory that you have?
See, I read your questions before I got on here, and I was thinking, and I was like, I remember the first game I've seen playing because my parents back in the day used to play games when I was really young. I remember watching them play Spyro on the PS1. And I was like, oh, gaming's cool. It's like, it's pretty. It's got some nice colors in it. Like, I wouldn't mind doing that. I must have been like 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old. And then I think I want to say 4, my dad would like pass me the controller on certain parts of Mario on the N64, Mario 64.
Gotcha.
And like, I would just be mashing the buttons, not doing anything. But by the age of, I want to say 5.5, I was hooked on Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And that's my first like game that I can replay basically every moment of over in my head. And it's that game. I want to replay it right now, but I'm too scared to turn it on just in case it doesn't hold up to the test of time.
Oh, excuse me for just a moment.
Oh, he's not got the gold N64 cartridge, has he? Chat, if he's got the gold N64 cartridge, I'll sub right now. And I'm broke as fuck. Only if it's gold. If it's the grey one, we're not interested.
It certainly holds up to the test of time. You can see there, my name has been scratched out, and my little brother started writing over it. There it is, right there.
Does the gameplay still resonate today?
Oh, it's so wonderful.
Very basic.
Oh, it's so
Is
wonderful.
it?
Hmm.
Fuck, dude.
I would
I
certainly
need.
recommend it.
I don't have an N64. Can you get it on emulator?
I'm not sure. I know Twitch has a rule against emulators, but I don't think if anybody knows you're using an emulator, then you're technically in the clear.
True. Okay,
Um,
interesting.
so I think we started touching on the second question. The game that really got you hooked was Ocarina of Time.
100% Ocarina of Time, dude. That shit. The puzzles, the atmosphere, the 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 movement system, the depth of the story, the characters you'd meet. Oh my god.
It's a truly wonderful game, as
I
in
honestly don't think gaming can
fills
get
one
that
with
good ever
wonder.
again. Can
Did you
can
play
gaming
Breath
get
of the
that good ever
Wild?
again?
Do they compare?
I've got Breath of the Wild, and I
So,
am
does your current
like
experience with Breath of the Wild compare against your memories of Ocarina of Time? Do you have the same bewilderment in this fantastic world that you've never seen before?
no.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I would have to
I
agree
mean,
with that though.
it's a great game. Breath of the Wild, one of the best open world RPGs I've played in the past 5 years. But I'm not 6 years old,
Right.
so like that complete awe. I don't. Maybe I'll never get that again, and that's kind of sad. But like, I don't know, man. Ocarina. I'm getting emotional thinking about Ocarina of Time. Holy shit. The songs, man. The soundtrack on that game.
The soundtrack is fantastic.
Mm. But
Some
I
of
will
the some
say
of
that
just the
like.
sound bites too. You can get just the little, the chest opening for like a text ringtone or something like that. Ba ba ba
Yeah.
ba.
Yes, mate. No, I've got the Breath of the Wild did it really well. It brought the franchise into the new era of gaming very well, in a sense that there's a lot more freedom, a lot more customization, a lot more sandboxy almost.
Okay.
Um, and the scale was made really good as well.
Yes, it's a gigantic open world.
But it's just it's not Ocarina of Time. That's all I
Right.
have to say on that.
Okay. All
I'd
right.
like a remastered Ocarina of Time, just a bit. Actually,
You're
if
you're
they change the
skipping ahead.
graphics,
You're
I'd be
cheating.
pissed off.
You're
Okay,
skipping
sorry.
ahead here.
Go
Hang
on.
on.
I should probably have the questions up on my screen so I don't just fucking skim over them all.
So what made you want to be a content creator? You mentioned that you really started full time doing it or streaming full
Mhm.
time when the pandemic hit. But what was really the urge to create? Do you love entertaining? Do you like being in front of people? Do you just like the sound of your own voice?
A little bit of the last one. No. Honestly, I have like gaming is definitely one of the biggest passions I've ever had in my entire existence on this earth. I just feel like games can really transport you anywhere in a way that books and films can't, in my opinion, because I've got a shit imagination. Um, so I'm like, you know what? What I wish I could do this all the time and share my experience with other people and meet loads of new people. And streaming just ticks all of those boxes and so much more.
Well, that's
Um,
a that's
I,
a great
I
reason
fell
to
in love
want to
with
get
it.
into
I
streaming.
fell in love with streaming when I first started streaming back on old school RuneScape because you just meet cool people and it's not even to do with the game at that point because I didn't really like the game, to be honest. It's just where the community came from. And yeah, we just got on so well. The community was always interacting with each other. Even when I wasn't there, people were making friends just because of the stream. And it was just a great feeling. And I wanted to keep it up. And as soon as the pandemic hit, I kind of had the choice between going to work and sticking in a really secure, stable, well-paid job that was well on a way to, getting a mortgage. Um, and by doing that, I wouldn't be able to see Rosie, my girlfriend, because her family's at risk with various lung conditions and stuff. I was like, you know what? Fuck the job. I don't like it anyway. I'm gonna move in with Rosie, cut off from the world, and I'll bring my PC and I'll sit up in the loft and I'll stream every day. And I streamed every day for like 3 months
That's wonderful.
without a day off. And that's how it all started. Yeah. It was fun.
That's wonderful. So, when was the first time you went live then? Do you
The
remember
first time
your
I ever
first
went
date?
live, I think the first time I ever went live was literally just to. This was before I even had a PC. I think it was just as like almost like a screen share. It was my only way of screen sharing when Battlefield 5 first came out on the Xbox. So like that
Ages
must be
ago.
like 3 years ago. I don't know. And yeah, so I went live on the little cheap Twitch app on Xbox just to show my mates what I was doing on Battlefield, and that was it. I didn't even have any inspirations or motivation to develop a community or make it full time. It was literally just so my friends could see my screen at that point.
So the
And
basic
then yeah,
roots of streaming, just to show what is going on from
yeah.
your
I mean
perspective.
that's what it is in its core, isn't it? And it still is. Just
That's
now
the very
there's
base
big
of
platforms you
streaming,
can
is
do it
just
on.
sharing what's going on in front of you with somebody who's not sitting physically right next to you, but through streaming, everybody's just crowded around the same screen.
Yeah, literally. Streaming is great, man. I can't big it up enough, to be honest.
So my sub questions for this would be: were you nervous and what was going through your head? But really, all you were doing was just sharing out your screen to your mates.
Oh yeah, right down to the basics. There was nothing in my head other than, damn, I really want to show these guys this new spot I found on Battlefield 5 to hide. It's such a great spot, dude. I don't know how to describe this verbally, so I need to download the Twitch app on my Xbox. And that was it.
Fantastic. That's excellent. And it just snowballed from there. And now we have
Yeah.
the JSalcs
Yeah.
we know and love
From
today.
from there, I had a Twitch account. Those same friends that I wanted to share my screen with also played old school RuneScape. And then the next thing that happened from that situation was me and two of my good friends from the Battlefield 5 scene made like a 3-man sort of Twitch streaming community. If you like, we had one server on Discord for all three of us,
Okay.
and anyone that came into any one of our streams would automatically kind of get to know everyone else. And then I don't know if anyone has played old school RuneScape either in the Twitch chat live right now or in the YouTube comments if this goes on YouTube, but the community on old school RuneScape is really weird and
It is very
at
weird.
times exceptionally toxic. So, for example, I'd have a couple of guys that had come into my stream who absolutely loved me, and anytime they saw the other two guys online, they'd just go straight into their chat and fucking roast them nonstop, just nonstop
my God.
roasting. Like, you're so bad at the game, like you're nowhere near as good as Joe. And yeah, that was it. It was fun. I enjoyed it, dude.
lots of keyboard warriors on old school RuneScape.
Yeah, I
Lots of
mean,
keyboard
I would
warriors.
be angry at myself if I was clicking on a tree for like 400 hours.
You got to train those
And I am
skills.
still angry.
I still
That
haven't hit
bitterness has
99
followed me.
woodcutting.
Have you ever played old school RuneScape, Johnny?
Oh yes, I played lots and lots and lots of old school RuneScape, and then somehow my
What a game.
account transported itself into RS3, and I
Yep.
hated it.
I had a
just
max
hated it.
combat that transported to RS3. Very
So
upset.
I really haven't gone back. I don't know. It ruined it for me, and then I realized you could still
Don't
do
you hate when games
OSRS.
do that?
But then I just had a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't want to go back.
No, me too. Why did games do that, man? They've got such a good thing going on. Like,
They're
you
trying
want
to be
loads
on
of
the cutting
features?
edge. Trying to be on the cutting edge, get new people in. They got to keep up with the Zoomers, you know. Attention spans
Yeah,
are
true.
a lot shorter now.
Very
as short
true
as
indeed.
they were when I was playing RuneScape, they're shorter now. So Joe, tell me about some of the possible challenges you've faced as a streamer.
I mean, I wouldn't say
rephrase.
I've really faced any challenges other than the usual. Like, oh, I've had shit internet connection. My frames have been dropping. My hardware might not have been good enough to keep up with a really high spec game and a stream at the same time. But none really. I've had setbacks. Don't get me wrong. I've had setbacks like having a week off and not keeping in touch with the Discord as much as I should, and then seeing a drop in numbers. That's a bit of a setback, but it happens to anyone. Like, honestly, I think it's been just nothing but great times and a lot of fun.
Well, that's
And
fantastic.
anything that may or may not have happened that's bad, I can't even remember it because I've had such a good time doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, everyone runs into the standard troll or the salty person that shows up later to just be awful
Yeah,
to people. But
true.
aside
I've
from
got an
that,
amazing team of mods though, to be honest. So like half the time I won't even see it, or I will, and then it turns into a positive because everyone becomes tighter together. They're like, "Fuck that guy. We don't need that guy, and he's already banned. Great, we love it."
mod gang.
Mod gang, shout out all the mods.
Shout out to all the mods. Mods are super important to get it.
Oh yeah.
Having a good one mod is hard
Hmm.
enough, but getting a team of great mods that are there for you, that's an accomplishment. That says something.
It's tough actually, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of, I'm sorry, I read chat and I saw the word cold, and now my hands are all cold.
Okay, so tell me, let's hear one of your favorite memories from streaming. What's one of the favorite moments you can recall from your streaming career?
Wow, that's a big question. I mean, there's lots of little ones. So like, every time I do like a gimmick stream, I'll call them like 24 hours, 12 hours. One where I get one of my famous weird haircuts, something like that.
Sure.
Um,
Well, and
they're
speaking
all
of,
really good.
you've got
This one
it
right
going
here,
right now.
the pink mohawk, which is a bit flaccid right now, to be honest, but it's all good.
I actually voted for the side hawk. I'm a little disappointed.
Did you? The sidehawk would have been horrible, dude. I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite ever memories from streaming was probably way back in the day hitting affiliate.
Oh,
'Cause
just
that to me, right there, just felt like the biggest thing in the world, like the biggest accomplishment.
passing that bar.
I thought I could march right into the living room and tell my dad, like, you know what? I've made it. I don't need to get a full-time job anymore. Fuck you. I can get paid by playing games. I didn't know, obviously, Amazon take half of all of your money, and God knows how many numbers you need to actually, support yourself financially as a full-time streamer. But
Right.
at that moment in time, seeing that you've hit affiliate, I was like, damn.
It is. That's a huge moment.
Damn.
That's a huge moment.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
that's why so many of us are so motivated to go and raid. Oh, here's one of our friends. He just started streaming, and
Mhm.
they only need 20 more followers to hit 50, and then they'll get affiliates. Let's all go. Show this guy some love. There's that
Mhm.
huge drive to get other people affiliated as well, because that feeling is so special when you pass that. You that's a huge milestone if you want to make something out of streaming.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I started the stream just to share my screen with my friends. So like, I had no idea at that point that I could even make my own emotes, and then people could subscribe to me. What the fuck? I was like, that was crazy. And then within like 6 weeks of doing that first ever stream, getting the email saying you're an affiliate, here's the onboarding process.
Right?
I was just like, oh man, I actually had tingles thinking about it. Oh, yeah, that was great, man. That was great.
See, that's a special moment. That's something that I wouldn't just pick up from watching you stream. That's a
Mm.
different Joe to the normal streaming Joe. I guess we're
Yeah, I
we're
don't
really
even.
more focused on talking to each other at the moment, which is kind of a
Yeah,
special thing
I mean,
for
I'm trying to
me.
think of at what point of my life that happened. I think I was working at a bar in town with like some of my best friends. No, wait, was I?
Sounds like a good gig.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I think Rosie will confirm I'm still entertaining everyone when I'm off stream.
JSalcs, JSalcs. Is that true? Do you feel like you want to entertain people that you interact with? That's like
Yeah, I guess
a
so.
second nature
I
sort of
don't know
thing
if
for
I
you.
want to. It just happens. You know what I mean? Like
It's
I
involuntary.
just like messing around. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that would play well to
I can confirm he
becoming a
sends me weird
content
shit all the
creator.
time, says Artek. Yeah, I do. No one ever look up mine and Artek's personal WhatsApp chat, please. Excuse me.
So, Joe, would you like to make streaming your career? I think a lot of people would like that. Is this, something that you want to be? This is what you want to do for a living?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I wouldn't have done it every day without a break for 3 months straight if I didn't. I would love it. It
Fair
would
point.
be absolutely awesome. Um, but I've realized now way more than I did when I first wanted to, that it's not easy. It's not just sitting down at your Xbox, at your PC, turning on, going live, and playing a game. It's way more than that. It's managing your socials, managing your Discord, keeping in touch with everyone, trying to put on interesting streams, some special ones, sticking to a schedule, having self-discipline. Like there's so much. You can't do it half-assed and expect it to pay off, I think. I mean, maybe
That's
you
what I
can.
think they call the
I
partner
couldn't.
mindset. I think they call what you just described. I think that's what they call the partner mindset.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, partner's crazy, doesn't it? 75 average viewers. What the? Ah,
Hey,
nope.
you know, the longer you do it, the more folks you meet and entertain and engage, the more friends you make, the sooner you get there.
True say. True say. I mean, honestly, like the average viewer thing, I would I would much rather 10 active chatters and have just conversation flowing, like making some good friends, having people to message on Discord when you're not even live. I prefer to have 10 of those than to have 100 lurkers. You know what I mean? And then hit
I think
partner
I
and
can
then be like, yeah.
wholeheartedly agree with that. I think I fully agree with that. That's a
Like, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the lurk. If anyone's in here and they lurk me,
well,
big
of
love.
course,
Like, it does help the numbers
of course.
immensely. Like, making those connections with people is really like what I love about streaming more than anything.
It's
Those
rewarding. It's the
connections.
it's the
Yeah,
reward for for putting yourself out there.
absolutely. I mean, I
Okay, so
can't.
I'm gonna pull up your
Excuse me.
I'm gonna pull up this. This is your top clip that was that you shared with me. So we're gonna
Oh
watch
God,
the
which one was that?
let's watch the top clip first. This is the "Don't Play Chicken with Joe."
Oh, this was me and Artek. Like, maybe one of the when me and
Okay,
Artek
last one
first
to
met
run
each other.
loses.
Like one of our
Or
first
last one
streams.
to run wins.
Oh, you fucking asshole! You dick.
Did you
Oh,
die?
look at his
Yes,
face.
I died. You blocked my leg out. I couldn't fucking move.
That was way back before I had a green screen.
That's
How
fantastic.
old is
So
that clip? Can you see the date on that?
I can, yes. Let's. I want to. We'll start at the front again. So, let's. Why don't you explain this? So where you're
Okay,
coming from?
So prior to this clip, I had thrown a grenade into the air and then said run, and everyone ran away. They scattered. Artek then does the same thing, but if anyone's a fan of Tarkov, they know anything about Tarkov. If you get shot in the leg and it breaks, you can't run.
Okay,
So as
last
he
one to
throws the
run
grenade in the air, I
loses.
just smash
Or
his
last
legs
one
with
to
my
run
AK,
Oh, you
and he's
fucking
basically just
asshole.
standing there stationary, waiting to
You
explode.
dick.
And I think that explains the oh you fucking asshole. He knew exactly what was about to happen.
Yeah, that
This
was
clip
really
was
good.
5 months ago. So this is
5
actually
months
quite
ago,
an old
yeah.
one as well.
It is. I actually deleted. Well, I thought I deleted all of my clips prior to the big DMCA thing that happened. Everyone was talking about it, weren't they? It was like, oh, make sure you delete all your VODs, all your clips. If you've got any music in there, Twitch are
It
gonna
was, yeah.
come around your house and steal your PC or whatever. Excuse me. So yeah, my
So I've got
clips
another
only
one.
really date back until I don't know when. Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
So this is I think I may have gotten them
Okay.
confused. This
Okay,
might be your
let me just
top
give some
clip,
backstory to this one.
and I think the
This is
previous
one of
one
my-
was your favorite.
They're both my favorite. I had to give two.
Oh, okay, they're both your favorites.
So this one, if you can see at the bottom left, it says 1 sub equals 1 shot.
Oh yes, yes.
It's
So were you
don't do it,
exceptionally
it's not
pissed?
allowed. I don't think it's allowed. So I didn't obviously do that. It's just there for effect, everyone. All right, we can all see that.
Okay.
But you can see that the stream bar goal is 33 out of 75. So you can imagine if I was doing it for real and breaking the rules of Twitch, then a lot of alcohol would have been consumed at that point. And we're playing a horror game. Enjoy.
Regardless of whether it was actually 1 sub per shot, were you pissed in this clip, or were you just like kind of middle of the night?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you guys figure it out for yourself after we watch it?
Okay.
What the fuck do you do in this game?
I'm coming. Lovely Joe.
And then you're just gone. I
I was on the floor.
don't think you come back.
I don't come. No, the rest is just dead, and you can just hear everyone else talking to each other.
That was a
I'm pretty
genuine.
Sure I nearly broke my microphone there.
That was a genuine scare.
What the fuck do you
What's
do
your
in this
reaction
game?
again?
With horrors.
I'm coming.
That was real.
Dude, I don't do good with horrors, and I was like,
Oh, I understand that completely.
I was an entire bottle of whiskey deep at that point.
Oh my goodness, that's plenty.
Yeah. It was Rosie wasn't happy with me at all, not even one bit.
Oh boy.
But
I
yeah,
think
that's,
Joe shat himself.
I think I may have too.
Nearly.
I still don't like horrors, dude. That game's terrible.
Oh, I don't like horror games either. I can't really do Phasmophobia.
Have you played
even
that
though
one
that's
before?
I don't know what that one is, but I don't ever
That
want to
it's
play
called
it.
it's called In Silence.
I don't need
basically-
to know. I'm never gonna play it.
No. I need to tell you the premise of this game because it's actually
Okay.
really good.
Okay.
You play with an open microphone, so whatever you say can be heard. The killer is that monster you saw there, which is Artek. Shout out Artek, thank you for the raid again. And the killer can't see. The screen is super blurry. The render distance is low, so you're basically completely blind. But you can hear everything. As soon as you hear something, you can lock onto it and just start moving towards it.
Oh no.
So like you're whispering to your teammates, like we need to find the tires to get on the car to escape. And then Artek, this killer, just starts bounding towards you, like you can't speak. And I'm drunk, so I'm like, "Hi, hello everyone, what's going on?" I just kept dying, dude.
Just shouting.
It's a really good premise for a game, but not if you don't like horrors.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's a good premise, but I think I'll
No, you'll
I'll take
pass.
that clip as my entire experience of that game.
Yeah, good idea, man. Good idea.
Okay, back to games. If you could have a reboot, a remake, or a remaster of any game, what would you pick?
Okay, we spoke about Ocarina of Time a lot,
We did.
but I think rebooting or remastering that game would be not in its best interest because a lot of the charm would be in its terrible graphics and like 16-bit sound or whatever it was. So
I think it might have been
with that
64.
in mind, Nintendo 64, that would make sense, right? You'd really show me up tonight, Johnny. All these new people are going to think I'm silly. With that in mind, I think Battlefield 3.
Okay.
One of the first modern military shooters that I really, really got hooked on. Offers a lot more. Like I was going to say Modern Warfare 2 because that was one of my favorites. But Battlefield is way more sandboxy. You've got a lot more versatility in how you play it, what's on offer to you. And the gameplay was so good. I think it's one of the best Battlefields I've ever played. It just needs a little, like, the whole game was played under like a blue filter. You
So
ever
just
play
a
that,
little
Johnny?
polish.
It was all blue. Yeah, just a bit of polish, better animations, maybe a few new maps. I'm down for that any day of the week.
But overall, you want to keep everything gameplay the same. All of the vehicles and weapons same. Whatever.
Same balancing, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly
Just-
the
it
same.
just looks better.
Just revamp it with the the updated graphics. And,
Yeah.
What new hardware can handle.
Absolutely. I think a lot of games make the mistake of thinking more is always better. And then you overcomplicate. And then you lose the charm of what the game really was or is.
I think I can agree with that.
So
think I can
I
agree with that.
think
I can't
Call
give
of
you a
Duty has
specific
been on a
example.
downward spiral for, I don't know, for as long as I can remember.
Well, you're a big Call of Duty gamer.
I was, not so much now. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was the height of Call of Duty, in my opinion. And then every game after that has added more. And it's been harder to balance. It's been leaving you in the menu for longer than previously because fucking loud exhaust. Because you got more to think about and yeah, just don't
So you think
overcomplicate
they're
things if you've got-
bogging it down with too many options for what for weaponry. I'm not really a Call of Duty gamer, so I don't know what you mean by adding too much more and complicating things.
Yeah, the weaponry. So in terms of the attachments, and then obviously in COD you've got perks, you've got movement, which they didn't. There was a time in Call of Duty where you could like fly and like wall ride and stuff, which didn't feel very Call of Duty-y to me. I still enjoyed it. More kill streaks, more challenges. Like there was just more and more and more and more, and it became less of what I enjoyed. I could be alone in thinking
Gotcha.
that, but and it made it harder for them to balance everything. Every Call of Duty that's come out since COD 4 has been seriously plagued with like, this gun is meta. If you don't use this gun, you will be killed by this gun over and over again because it's the best one. That's like
that's a bit annoying.
It's not good because they've got so many variables. Like one gun will statistically be the best.
Joe, who inspires you the most?
Big question. You know, I don't know. I don't watch big streamers.
Oh, it could be anyone.
At all. Anyone in general life.
Anyone. Just who inspires you the most?
Honestly, I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I've read this question as well on your Discord message like yesterday or the day before. And I couldn't figure it out. A lot of people I know that should be like my role models or inspirations kind of don't do what they really enjoy doing. Like don't get me wrong, my dad is a great role model. He's worked so hard to like provide the life for me and his family, and it's great, but he's always been in a job that he doesn't like to do so. And that's the same with like most of the male role models of my life and family. And I don't want to settle for doing something that I don't really enjoy. I mean, the time will probably come where I have to, go back to sitting in a truck for 48 hours a week or whatever. But I really want to give a go at something that I like, that I enjoy, that I don't become ludicrously bored while doing.
I think that's a really good answer. Even
my
though you
role
didn't
model
name
will
someone.
be my role model will be anyone and everyone that is out there making a huge financial loss doing something that they enjoy and pursuing a career that at most points doesn't seem fruitful, which looking at your chat right now is quite a few people. So big up yourselves. Keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, we can all cross our fingers and hope something comes of it at some point. You're doing a good job. I'm sure you all are.
I really did not expect that answer, and I really, really enjoyed it. That was way beyond what I expected anyone to answer.
I mean, that was totally off the cuff. I didn't really prepare that one, but yeah,
even better. That makes it all the more genuine.
At the same time, don't put yourself out of a house. Don't go hungry because you're really just trying to do something that's not working. Maybe go part-time or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Good advice as well. So Joe, what are you?
There's a Formula One car outside my house.
I didn't.
Did you not? Okay, apologies. Also,
No
Rosie
worries.
I don't want to break
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
interview, but in chat, Rosie says, you only choose male role models, females can inspire you too. They can indeed. Of course they can. And that's why I said anyone in chat that's doing that is a big role model. And you, Rosie, are a great example of never giving up on your dancing.
Yeah, and
you're
anyone and everyone
Definitely the sugar mama right now.
who's going for it, I'm paraphrasing, but basically anyone and everyone who's going for it, full on trying to do something that they love and make something out of it, was in effect who inspires you the most.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, because it takes balls, man. It takes courage. It takes stupidity in the right amount.
Stupidity in the right amount. I like that.
In the right amount, yeah.
I like
It's
that
got
a
to be
lot.
the right amount, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's a really
I don't know. I just
great off the cuff, genuine answer. I love that. So Joe, what are you working on right now that either you're really excited about or what are you working on that you're really proud of?
it's a tough one because I want to keep a lot of the stuff I'm working on under wraps.
Ah, okay. Can you
So
give
I've
me
been-
a vague? I'm working on something that I'm excited to share when it's ready.
So me and one of my mods are currently writing up a set of rules for a particular piece of content that will be open to everyone and will include a prize.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
But there's a lot of work going into the stream behind the scenes. That's all. That's all I'm prepared to say at this point. I want to keep everyone guessing. I don't want to put my
Okay.
cards out on the table. Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
definitely. That means we're gonna have to really follow the JSalcs Twitter and Twitch a lot closer to find out what's gonna come about.
Mm-hmm. It's my shit. Sorry, I'm gonna sing now.
All right. I think let's take a quick check on chat. Make sure everybody's still feeling like they're appreciated and here. Joe, what's what is your favorite word? Any word, just your favorite word for any reason.
Simp. Simp's a great word, dude. I love that word.
Simp.
Apparently it's really bad on Twitch. Twitch don't like that word anymore.
Twitch doesn't like that word anymore?
No. I know Jedi Haas tried to make an emote that just said simp. And it didn't get passed.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
interesting.
possibly because if you call someone a simp, they might not donate to their favorite streamer and then Twitch lose out on money. So they don't like people saying that word. I don't know.
Interesting.
But it's a great word. It's a great word.
I think it's fantastic.
I use it mostly in a positive way, to be honest. Like, oh Johnny, I simp your stream, dude. I simp
Exactly.
hard. But maybe Twitch don't feel the same. I mean, I simp Twitch as a platform.
Well, so
Partly.
so simp is someone who does way too much for a person they like. That's our definition. Someone who does way too much for a person they like. I think simp sounds like a positive thing. How is that a bad thing? How could there be a bad connotation to that?
Part might have a connotation, but I don't know. The internet's a weird place, dude. It's very easy to offend people.
That's true.
Very easy.
That's very true.
Like, me with Call of Duty, I'm deeply offended with the way they've gone. But we're moving past it, Johnny, aren't we? I told you. Let's stop bringing it up.
All right. Okay. This is a fun one. This is our this or that section, which I did not allow you to prepare for. So this is going to be rapid fire answers off the cuff.
Okay. So I prepared for all of the other ones, mate. Don't worry.
So here we go. This or that. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Coke. Rain or snow?
Snow.
Snow. Hot or iced?
Hot. I'm
Hot,
freezing right
okay.
now.
Rich or famous?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I guess famous could maybe just be a detriment. So could rich. They both could be bad. But
Mr. Senator, I'm going to hold you to an answer.
I'm gonna go with famous because I could get the stuff for free with my clout, so I won't need money. It's all good.
New or old?
Old.
Old. Music or podcasts?
Depends who's in it. Like if it's a Johnny Dingo, then podcast. If it's a Johnny Dingo, then music. My man can do both. I'm gonna go with podcast.
You're gonna go with podcasts? You prefer to
Yeah.
listen to podcasts most of the time?
No, but it makes me sound intelligent, so let's go.
Okay. Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. Okay. Sweet or savory?
Savory all day long, baby. Marmite.
Keyboard or controller? I know you play both. I know you've played both. Keyboard or controller?
Keyboard.
Keyboard. Okay. Tabasco or Cholula?
I don't know Cholula.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go Tabasco. I don't
You're
think
gonna have to go
Cholula might
Tabasco.
be not a UK thing.
It might not be. I'm not sure. I am an American, so I don't know. Tea or coffee?
Coffee,
Instagram or Twitter?
Twitter,
Mountains or beach?
mountains.
Mountains. I like it. Train
These are
or
interesting
plane?
questions, dude. Trains or plane? Plane. We got
Plane.
enough trains in the UK.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs all day.
Beer or wine?
Beer.
GIF or GIF?
GIF.
Definitely GIF. That one's a that one's not really an opinion one. That's just a trivia question.
Johnny, promise me, if anyone says GIF during this your next round, you just end it. You just end the stream right there.
Just end it right
no
there.
other words, just black screen. Or just drag them out of the call, even better.
So
Good.
Joe, what is the best advice you've ever received? It could be regarding streaming, regarding just being a creative person, overall life advice, or you could tell me an example of one of each or one that covers all three. What's just the first thing you think of when I say what's the best advice you've ever received?
Best advice I've ever received would probably be from my late granddad, who said, never settle for anything less than you think you deserve, which is absolutely true, but also terrible advice. Because what you think you deserve and what you actually deserve could be vastly different. So, shout out granddad, but
I love
I'm
that
just really
advice.
hanging on that word. It's it's great advice. It's funny advice, but I mean, I guess it's good advice. So you just, even if you think you, no, because then people might think they deserve less than they do, and then it's bad advice.
I think the
Granddad has
setup.
left me.
I think the setup is never settle for anything less than you think you deserve. That would kind of nudge me to kind of always push for just that little bit more.
True, but
That's how I
you
take
know,
it. I think it's great advice, and I haven't heard that one before.
You know what? I think he's left me with that, so I can go away and think about it a lot more, because it leaves a lot to be thought about. I think.
Yeah, certainly could be a thinker.
You deserve what you deserve. But what if I'm really self-deprecating all the time?
I don't know. Then I see a shrink.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. Bye.
All right. So last question that I have for you is to ask you to tell me something about yourself that most people wouldn't be able to guess or glean from watching your streams.
Okay. There's a lot of things that people have told me. Well, I've sort of dropped it into stream. They've been like, yeah, like I could tell straight away. One of which would be, like, I used to skateboard all the time. I used to be a skater kid. Oh yeah, I fucking yeah, of course, mate. Yeah. All the
But I mean,
time.
look at your hair.
this is like accident haircut. This isn't skater kid haircut. I think people probably wouldn't expect me as a streamer to have got really good grades in school.
Really?
I don't think I put across that vibe that I was like all B's and A's like the whole way through school. I
See,
feel like my stream is a completely different vibe to like intelligent JSalcs.
And there we go. Exactly that. That tags back to that who's the real, JSalcs, the mask that goes on to entertain the people. I honestly I never really considered your GPA, but no, I wouldn't have
no
pegged
one
you for a good
should.
student. You seem like a troublemaker.
I mean, I was a troublemaker. I didn't get caught, and two, I could just retain information that I needed for the exams.
Well,
Oh,
very
dude,
good.
We got in so much trouble at school. That's another podcast, though.
We'll set aside another hour for that.
Yeah, dude, I'm down.
So
down for it.
I'm gonna have to probably put these things in chat as well. But what do you want to end with? What's something that's really important to you that you want to talk about?
Okay. Obviously, I just want to say a big thank you to you, because I'm here because of you, and you know,
Well, hang on a minute. I was supposed to thank you.
No. Let me thank you. I feel like me and you always have really good chats, even when it's just like one of us in chat with typing and the other person talking. But especially when we get on the microphones together, we always have a good chat. So it's always an absolute pleasure to be a part of your daily conversation. And to include me in content is risky, to be honest. Let's be real now. I could have said anything, but
You could have.
we're here. We made it to the end.
We did. We made
And-
it right up to the end, and really, we talked for a bit longer than I kind of expected. So I'm really thrilled about that. I didn't think we'd be able to stretch these 13 questions out that long.
Bro, when you sent me that list of questions and you said I predict like 20 to 30 minutes of content, I was like, dude, that's like 2 hours worth of talking, right? Like I could have gone for way longer.
Well, there's
That's what
folks
I
that are
say to most
quieter
of the
than you.
women in my life.
There's folks
What?
that are even more outspoken than you. So there's always a spectrum of
Yeah,
how
very
people
true.
want to answer things.
Very true. Yeah, I think what I'd like to end on is big love to Johnny. Shout out to everyone in Johnny's stream. And I would very much like to play some Tarkov with you soon, sir.
How about right now?
Depends what Rosie says. Can you ask Rosie in your nicest voice to see if I'm allowed to for like 1 or 2 raids?
Rosie, could
Please do it.
I please, really please borrow Joe for about, well, you said 1 or 2 raids?
Yeah, like an
That
hour
could be
max.
that could be 20 minutes.
Yeah, no one else, dude. Jesus.
For about an hour. Can I borrow Joe for about an hour? Let's say 45 to an hour. That
remember
mean it's a yes? I think that's a yes. I think we should do it.
Let's do it. I'm loading up, bro.
All right, I'm going to load it up.
Let's get You know what? I think one of the most rewarding and satisfying parts of streaming is when you meet someone cool. So I meet you through streaming. That's cool. I'm like, oh, you're a streamer too. Awesome. We're in each other's chat a little bit, and then we go into a raid together, or we do something like this, and then our community start chatting to each other.
That's
And
the best.
that's crazy cool. It's just weird. It's almost like speed dating on the internet. You know what I mean?
It is a bit.
But you
yeah.
guys meet you guys. Now get along while me and Johnny have a talk.
Also, Cholula is quite amazing.